So welcome back, my fellow duplicates. In the last episode here, we built up this pip ranch over here, which is pretty nice. We got 3 different stables right there in order to raise pips, eat their babies, and collect their poop. It's gonna be good. However, it is just a little bit too hot at the moment, so these trees are not growing. All right, so to cool this down, I might actually need to build some sort of radiator. However, the first thing that I need to tackle in this spot here is going to be the pressure. You can see that it's kind of dropped down. We're only at 110 grams per tile right there of chlorine. So the first thing I'm going to do inside of here is I am just going to go ahead and build an oxygen diffuser inside of there. Therefore, we can fill this with oxygen and we'll be good to go. The other thing that you guys were talking about in the comment section below is I actually did make this big heavy wire out of iron, which is kind of a mistake. I should be making that out of lead because I have a lot of lead. So I can save that resource for something a little bit more important. So I'm probably replace some of these wires here pretty soon. Thanks for the heads up on that though. Anyhow, this here is going to be filled with oxygen, so that should handle our little pressure situation here. I've also disabled this door from going in and out. You guys were talking about having an airlock mod that actually doesn't allow the oxygen to flow through there. However, I had a lot of people saying a lot of positive things and a lot of people saying that they had problems with it. So the reason I'm not going with it right now is because I'm using airlocks in kind of a weird way in a couple of spots here, and I'm kind of worried about it just completely breaking. One mod I did add here was the no drop mod for ladders right there, so you don't actually drop when we're holding breath and whatnot on top of those ladders. When you stop to look at this base, you can understand why. Most of it is out in space with lots and lots of ladders, so I could pretty much drop stuff all over the place. In a normal base, that wouldn't be an issue, but in this one, I think that mod is going to really help here, because there's a fair amount of dirt and things that just get dropped like over here, and then I just lose that resource because I can't get to it, like this right here. I think that's a good mod, so I added it. Boom. One last mod you guys were talking about was the mod that allows you to build certain tiles. I'm not 100% sure on that one of whether or not I should install that mod or not, because it's just a little bit potentially overpowered, especially if I were to just build a lot of farms using pips that way. I already do have a mod that allows us to change the rule of the pips, so in case you're wondering. That's why I'm just kind of throwing these pips in here and letting them plant all by themselves. Normally you'd have to plant in a certain order and actually in order to get that to work correctly, but in my situation I have a mod that makes that a lot easier. Yes, you can see that. Look at all that oxygen. Perfect. Alright, now let's see if I can sweep these seeds up before they get replanted. Sweep! Level 9! Meep! Don't you dare! Ah! That's the good pip too. Come on, man. Come on, we gotta do this. It's going to be so hard to get all of these seeds out of here. Okay, I did make a mistake down here though. Because I can't plant in this area, so I actually want to move the grooming station and whatnot over. No, sweep this up. Oops, no! Ah! Okay, we're gonna lower the priority on this one, and then we're gonna auto-wrangle everything else and try to move them out of this area, so that way I can at least get the seeds out of here. I want this station over here to be in that spot. The drop off. Oh, you know what? We'll move that one to the left. This will actually work out just fine. Right? Boom. Just like that. And like that. So we can still grow the branches here. So that works. We can grow the branches here. And then we could grow a full tree there. So we really aren't losing anything, even though I have to move this stuff on top of the abyssalite because we can't plant on that. All right, so temperature-wise, we're at 42 degrees. We need to cool this down. I'm pretty sure I could get away with just normal gas pipes. Or we can go over here and try to cool it down with liquid. You know what? Let's try the crazy liquid idea. Let's see if that works. I don't want it to get too cold, which I don't think is going to happen. But I would like to move this ethanol from here down to where we need it, which is over here. Well, essentially for this farm, we need it somewhere over here. All right, so let's go ahead and dig through here. And we're going to go into this area. We'll put down the liquid pump. Boom. Right down here. All right, there you have it, dupes. Build. You know what I think we need in here? Some lights. Those always add a nice touch to everything. Hey, you know what? If we just let ethanol drip all over everything, that'll lower the temperature. Yeah, just flood the base with ethanol. You know, it's trying to drop the temperatures. I think the flooding strategy, you know, it really isn't that bad of a strategy. Let's give it a try. We definitely need some drywall though. I mean, this is just not quite as fancy as it could be. Oh, and that would actually probably help with the temperatures too. Oh, what to use as drywall? How does lead work as drywall? I can't remember what that looks like. Oh, you know, it kind of looks yellowish. Not bad. We're gonna go with lead walls. What do you think about that, Pips? Whatever you do, don't eat it. There you go, Toops. Have fun with all of that. Oh, we might want to mop some of this up. We actually have a lot of ethanol down there. Yeah, too much liquid. Mop. Okay, yeah, we can see the coal is down to 32 degrees. This one is still kind of hot. Although that's actually pretty cool down there, so. Jeez, mop much, Dupes? Look at him go. This dude's getting skills and everything. This is going to be a really shiny room by the time we're done. Bright yellow walls with lights. Here's what we can do. This will work. I'll just put in a mesh tile right there, and then we can drain it on to this floor. And then we'll solve the temperatures like that. Haha! Priority, please, make it happen. Is anybody doing it? Blackbeard's on it. Where'd you go, bud? There we go. That's gonna work. Haha! Alright, so for the liquid pipe things, this just has to be the most messy strategy for cooling down an area that I can think of. We're just gonna crack open the floor and flood it. Have one person down here just constantly mopping the whole time. Look at Blackbeard. This dude's moving so fast. But you know what? Seems like he's loving it. So keep going with it, I guess. There's just gonna be this massive bottle behind him, which I suppose that solves my other problem. We'll just kind of put an emptier over here. There you go. This could be 7. We don't need to build everything at 9. Jeez. And then that will run the ethanol down here. But we will need to refine more of that. Ooh, we also need to find out what's inside of here. Oh, we got a little bit more ethanol down there as well. Ooh. Ooh, we almost got too much crude oil over here. I think I'm going to cut that off for a little while. All right, we have another printing pod. Come on, seeds. Nope. Ooh, we do have a dupe with really, really high athletics. I think that's a good dupe to bring in. Forever then, welcome to the base. Your job is going to be grabbing things and running them around. Forever! Where'd he go? Jeez, this dude's so fast he already disappeared. Where? Forever. Dude, how did you just join my base and you have 5% stress? Dude, you've only been here like 15 milliseconds. You're already in a suit and you're running across the base. This dude is quick. Forever, I think your job is going to be delivery, considering you are easily the fastest dupe we might have here. I mean, seriously, +7 on the suit? Okay, Forever then, you are just going to supply. All right, I already have a chef, so I don't need another one. But Xenix, I think what I need is another rancher. So that's what you're going to do. And the other dupes here can increase in strength, get their exosuit wearing skills, because they need that. Pretty much everybody needs that. All right, that's enough playing with fire. Let's take a look at these temperatures. Ooh, we're down to 39, 37, and 31. All right, so this is coming along pretty good. Let's go ahead and just sweep up the last of these seeds here, and then I'll bring all of these pips back down. And it should be at least down to temperature. Yes, 37. Good deal. And now we're gonna wrangle them up and bring them all back down here. So this is where I want them to go. We don't want them up. There's so much mopping. Oh, just mop everything, dupes. Look at all the dupes I got mopping. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least. Okay, so just so you guys know where you can actually sweep this stuff to, it's right over here. There you go, Trengar. Now let's get these guys right back down here. Yeah, nope. Guess not. Boom, there you go. And what are you gonna do? And there's a little seed right there for you. It's at 39.9, just cold enough to plant. Where are you gonna put it? Good spot, right there's perfect. All right, so I'm connecting a liquid pipe here to the spaghetti, and that's going to bring in the ethanol from all the way over here. I'm kind of debating whether or not I actually want to go and put like a radiator system into this, because I could. Essentially, I'd create a radiator down here and then run some oxygen back through this. But I don't think I'm really going to worry about that right now. I think the temperatures are cool enough in here now to where it should be able to grow and be just fine the way it is. So I think I'm going to move on from the pips to a different creature. But what creature should we raise next? Ooh, Slickster. What is this one? I think I've looked at this one, I don't necessarily remember exactly what it does. Oxygen into hydrogen. You're the power Slickster, aren't you? All right, so if we take a look at the Slickster morphs here, it comes from cold. Interesting. It doesn't really convert at a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so it's 2-to-1. It'll take a 1 kilogram of oxygen to get 500 grams of hydrogen. However, if we have extra oxygen just laying around, that gives me a spot to put it. Not only that, I get a little food out of them too. Now the thing is, I have all this hydrogen over here. And I want my ranches to be over there, so I guess I just have to continue to spaghetti all of my hydrogen. No, I'm bringing hydrogen in. Oxygen is what's going out. Okay. So I've got oxygen all the way over here. It's pretty much just completely backed up. I can't do anything else with this oxygen. So a good spot for that ranch would be in this area. I'm going to lower the priority on these refrigerators here. And so that way I can make use of those. So hopefully we just move it from here to here and I can deconstruct this. Actually, I can just deconstruct this. That would work too. I think I'm going to try to tighten this up a little bit here. This little bulge is a little bit too much. Okay, so I'll run the plastic right there, and then we'll put the ladder on the right side. That way I can kind of kick this out wherever it needs to go, just like that. Same sort of deal that we were doing on this side over here. Hey, look at this. This looks pretty cool. Man, is it really bright and everything else is kind of dark. Whew. No, duplicates. No, you're finding a way out. I'm just trying to reconstruct this over here. Valkyrie, you're not in a suit. All right, let's see if I can come up with a good size for the ranch here. Okay, so I want a ranch that is going to be 96, but it doesn't necessarily need to be long, or it could be whatever size I want. There we go, that's a good size, 8 by 12. All right, so that's how big that ranch is going to be. So let's just go ahead and copy that real quick. We'll kind of move it over here, and then I'll try to figure out where all I want to put that. Now, I do have another Slickster that's actually going to feed into the hydrogen Slicksters. That is the little long hair Slicksters. They actually just consume oxygen. So if we line it up with this floor right there, that would put this kind of in that area, but I think I'll move it a little bit over here to the left. Then if we build another floor tile right there, that puts the ranch right there, and the ranch right there, which does technically give me enough room to stay below this level. So if I really wanted to expand this out into many different ranches, I could do so like that. So let me just put a line down so I kind of know right where I want to place that. We'll build that up here in just a minute once we get rid of all of this ladder and wire here. This was all made out of iron, so I'm turning it into lead over there, so that's a little bit cheaper. Boogies, dude, you can move on out, dude. You don't need to be there. There goes Boogies. Just deconstructing all the wires. Doot, all the way up. There you go. All right, so all of that is complete, so I'm going to go ahead and start to build up the first ranch over here. All right, so the only thing about this is it's a space ranch. So that means we have to have a lot of tiles back here in order to keep the oxygen in, which in this case we do need to do. Also means we need to have a lot of ladders in order to reach everything. Now, if we want to go in here and still maintain a liquid lock, I think I'm just going to put the door so then we can drip water right there. And then I can have a landing spot for the tube, and that will be right here. So we go down and then we just go to the left. Boom, just like that. Although for this one, you could pretty much just run straight to it. So yeah, maybe that's what I do. Now, of course, this wouldn't be complete without some really fancy light bulbs. So how can we illuminate this? They are very luminous. That would actually be a good option for this spot. Because while I could put a light up here, it doesn't really go all the way to the bottom. Or we have LED lights, we can kind of just do that number 2, but I don't think that's quite as cool. All right, now because this is going to take a ton of materials, I think I'm just going to have to go with what I have the most of, which is just going to be granite. All right, another thing we need here is we need a way to get the gases in there. So we're going to go ahead and do a gas wall vent. That will bring it in. And then we can do a gas wall pump if we really wanted to. And we can do that right up here. Okay, so here's a fun idea. If I do a gas wall pump and I put it right here like this, and then just below that I put a sensor that tries to detect the right type of, gases in the area. So that would be a gas element sensor. Boom. So if I say, in this case, hydrogen is right here, and I let that thing run, I wonder if it'll ever pick up anything besides hydrogen. I suppose one way to keep it nice and safe is if I were to put it down here. Just give myself a little bit of security. All right, let me try this. If I copy this blueprint, does that mean I can tile this out to the point where I would have a door right there? I could do that. Just stack these left to right. That would be pretty cool. But they don't really stack vertically. I mean, they kind of could stack vertically, but I think I'd want to leave a little bit of extra space here in case I have to put some extra equipment in there just to keep it hot or cool it down, sort of thing. Okay, so these two ranches here are going to be hydrogen and oxygen slicksters. They'll just consume whatever extra byproducts we have. So I think I have some extra slicksters right down here. Yes, there's a long hair guy. And there's another one way down here. But this is actually a good spot to go because down in this area is where I kind of want to set up my rockets. So we can kind of set ourselves up for that a little bit later here once we actually get down to that. Holy moly, look at how hot that is. All right, whatever, let's dig into it. All right, so we'll come down here and we'll just dig all of this out. That'll be good, eventually. You got a lot of other things to build. But hey, there you go, Rex. Oh my gosh, it's gonna take you forever. I know, man, sorry. But hey, maybe you can build this up a little bit more. Somebody put a giant radiator in the way and it partially exploded. Let's go ahead and make this stuff a low priority. We'll get to it if we get to it. As far as this stuff is concerned, let's go in there and build it. Oh, Rex, now you've done it. How you gonna get out of that one, bud? Man, do I have a lot of shovels down here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Just a huge number of them. Apparently, like 11 critters or so. It might actually be counting some of the other ones that are floating around. Like the space puffs. But still. Those right there are worth 16,000 meat each. Mmm, that's delicious. Ooh, a frozen slickster. Mmm. Oh, that means anti-gel, which is probably really, really useful stuff. So long as my mods don't explode, which is a possible thing that could happen. But we'll see here. We'll try to make use of them. They do need to be quite cold, do they not? This is giving me a lot of information on it. Try to give that little frozen slickster egg a try here. Let's go ahead and put it over here in the incubator. All right, dupes, what is it with the wires that you don't want to build? You built everything else, but what about the wires? Now, let's see here. How do I want to connect the power? Okay, so we get some conductive wire there. Oof. That wire looks like it wants to explode. I'd rather not do that because each one of these pumps, even though they're like really, really small, they're still 120 watts. Can I just put a power transformer down here? What do you think about that, little slicksters? You're gonna get mad at me? Hope not. Days until starving. 9.7. It's alright, I'll send a dupe down here to breathe on you. You'll be fine. Speaking of gases, oh, look at this. See, carbon dioxide gets used quite a bit there. I was thinking about bringing some carbon dioxide and piping it into this area. It might actually work if I put a valve on it so that I can slow the flow. I think that might actually be a good idea. I just put a little gas vent right there. Whoa, don't go doing that on me. Oh no. Yeah, this will work, because that's priority number 1, otherwise we can run over here. Beautiful. Probably don't need that cot right there. What have I done with all my cots? Let's go ahead and put them up here. There you go. This is still kind of a weird spot. I don't really have I don't know what I'm going to do down here with all of that. You know what? Here, we might as well just do something with it. Let's build a floor. Numbers. Bye! Hey, who let the shovel out? Wrangle it. Priority level 9. Deconstruct this. Get rid of that. We don't want that. Deconstruct the buildings. Dig all of this out because we don't like our oxygen and we just want it to go away. Come on over here. Find ourselves some drywall made of igneous and fill it all in. I guess I don't need to fill that in with drywall. We've got wallpaper for this spot. Whoa, no, I lost 2 dupes. How do you plan to get back in? Oh, okay. There you go, little leafy critter. Aren't you happy? Yeah, you're super happy. Okay. All right, so what I need up here is just a little bit of a gas valve. That way we can meter the flow in. How have I managed to capture so many critters in this one spot? We got a space puffed. Dude, I don't even know how you got in here. Like, think of all the opportunities you had to go anywhere else. You literally had space, but you end up where? Right here. Look at the shovel, man. Come on. You got wrangled in a spot where nobody's ever going to capture you. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Don't even get me started with this Draco. These guys put on the miles. We're gonna make sure all of this is white right here. So, switching that over to ceramics. Hopefully that'll match. Forever then, you don't even have a hat, dude? And we're gonna have to fix that. Oh no, it doesn't match. Okay, let's try Mafic. Because I know this is made of coal. It'd be nice if we had two options that were exactly the same color. Otherwise we might just have to keep zoomed out all the time. Oh, there we go. That's pretty close. Not quite, but if you don't look too close, you won't notice it. Shh, don't worry about it. Okay, it looks like I have two more ranches over here. And they are just about ready to accept their Slicksters. So we've got the hydrogen Slickster, that's what I'm going to call it. Even though because I don't know, OWO. What else do we call that? And then once I get down here, we'll take the long hair Slicksters and we'll put them up here as well. The nice thing about that is I can just bring oxygen into either of these spots. So I could do this number just like that. I don't even have to worry about it. Boom. So much of this episode has just been mopping up this ethanol. There you go, mopping it up, mopping it up. But look at those temperatures. Aren't those beautiful? 35 degrees. And look at that light show over there. That's ridiculous. Now we'll just sweep it up, make it nice and clean. And I think we have the ethanol. Ooh, yes, it's already flowing down here. What are you? Your body temperature. What's going on here? That is 0. Negative 25 to 0. What are we at? Negative 7? And what are you at? Okay, so it's just a little bit too hot because of the stuff that's flowing in. Okay, we can do this. If I take this and I say minus 20. So we're gonna run it a little bit cooler now. There we go. There we go. Nice. Fertilization. Oh, this place needs slime. Well, we got plenty of slime. Let's go dig some of that up. We're just gonna come up here and dig out some of this slime. We can also get up towards the cool steam vent, which would give us even more water. But this time it's clean, we don't have to process it, which is kind of important at the moment. And we can get in here, which is probably going to be a neurovacillator. All right, we're going to go in for the skills. Good, it didn't explode. Supply carry, there you go. You even get a hat. Congratulations. Critter ranching 2. And you're definitely going to have exosuit wearing as well. That's kind of like the default. Oh, okay. You know what else we should do here? We should build up a ranch for our poke shells. Those are actually quite useful in processing our polluted dirt into sand. So that I don't have to run this thing quite as much. That would actually be really handy. Not only that, you could get lime out of them for steel. So let's see if I can copy this design and then bring it up so I can use this guy. And there is some changes that I'll have to make to each one of these. So what I'm going to do is actually use this as just kind of a template, but I'm still going to leave enough area in between to where we can go down there and actually work on it. I don't want that to be too tight. So if I leave 3 there, then yes, I can place another one right up here and still have more than enough room to get through and do other things. Cool. Cool, I'm liking this arrangement. This actually seems to work out pretty good. All right, so what critters do we want to have inside of here? There you go, those little hydrogen Slicksters. I wonder how much power we're spending on the transit tube system. What do you guys think? 700 kilojoules? Transit tube access, 600 in the last cycle. Previous cycle behind that one. Oh, it was less than the advanced electrolyzer, only 400. So it isn't really used all that much, although it does seem to be used a lot right now. There we go. Look at those little guys. Here, we'll make liquid locks with ethanol. Hey, hey. No, where are you guys going? Wrong one. Ha! There we go. And there goes some hydrogen. They fart out little hydrogen bubbles. You know, I should probably hook this up to a filter. That way I don't end up sending a signal too quickly here. If we put a filter up there, then that gives us a little bit more control over our automation. Oh, hey, look, we got some more of those. Ooh, choices. Yep, we definitely have to go with the acorn seed. There you go, good Pip. Nope, you didn't get it. Trengar, no, sweep it up. I thought we got rid of this thing. Trengar. Yes. Oh. Alright, we can go ahead and deconstruct this stuff here because we don't need that anymore. We've already spaced everything out except for this one spot right there. Well, I guess one spot right here and one spot right there. But knowing what the rules are, they're not going to plant right here or here. Alright, I need a bit more power. I think this is a good spot for it. One thing that would also help me out here is if I were to get this one up and running a little bit more. Alright, here we go. Another hydrogen generator. We'll plug that in. There we go. Take a look at the room. Ooh, 96. It's a little bit too big for a power plant. No, it isn't. Oh, it's 107. That's why. Here we go. We'll just make this room just a little bit smaller. 99. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's this big power wire going? Oh, it's going nowhere. Oh, never mind. There used to be a power connector here. Ah, crap. Well, guess what, power connector? You just got moved. All right, and rather than leaving that open, what I'm going to do is just put in some more radiator tiles up there. All right, so let's see what we got going on up here. Ooh, a couple of little slicksters, a fair amount of hydrogen. That's actually pretty good. We don't have any of the other slicksters just yet. We have not dug down here. It's quite a ways to actually go to get, just to start digging. That probably will not happen anytime soon. Still have some critters over here. Those are doing okay. We got plenty of Paku. Our power seems to be fluctuating, and that would probably be the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now, is that I need to work on this to get this up and running, and also maybe producing a little bit of liquid oxygen. That would be pretty cool. But I think the main thing that I need is more power. So is it time to bring out the Shinebug reactor? Ooh. Would you look at this majestic machine? Alright, so before we get too involved with just about everything here, I am going to go ahead and make sure that I set up my little sweepers up here. Now there is a mod to extend the range of this sweeper. I've been thinking about doing it. We'll actually extend it by 2x, which would be quite a bit. That gives it a lot of range, which might almost be too much range if I wanted to do some sort of like automated storage retrieval thing. But then again, it might also be just enough range just to do everything with it. So, not 100% sure, but I know that I definitely want sweepers up here. Ooh, but having light bulbs and sweepers in the same place means that you do end up with dead zone. Alright, so I think I'm going to look at the mod for auto sweepers next time here when we go to automate that. Oh, here we go. Hey, check this out. So we had a ton of hydrogen over here, and now you can see that we are detecting hydrogen right there, and then we are pumping that out via the wall pump right there. Cool. 200 grams per puff, I guess. So it's slightly less efficient than just a normal pump, because that's 120 watts for 200 as compared to 240 watts for 500. Not too far off though, but it is pretty cool. Look at that. And now we got all this hydrogen stacked up here with nowhere for it to go. I'm already running 3 generators. Maybe I should just replace these and make even more. But there we go. We are now recycling oxygen that we first split out over here. Maybe we just made too much. And then we're now turning that back around and converting it into hydrogen. Ooh, but you know what? I do see a little bit of oxygen finding its way in. Maybe I want to move that sensor down a little bit. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, one thing I could say about these light bulbs here is that you can't really stack them back to back. At least it doesn't look like you can. Because they're in that tile, so you can't flip them around and put them right there. So that's something to keep in mind. You can see that this side's a little bit more illuminated than that side. Anyhow, you can see that that's working out pretty good. I like that. We're turning that into power right down here, doing pretty good. And, oh, look at this piece of equipment. A shine bug reactor. If you want to make power, shine bug reactor is always a way to go to make lots and lots of power. However, this is a new piece of equipment that should allow us to gain the power of our shine bugs, but not actually cost us a lot of the frame rate problems that we have with running a huge reactor. So we'll have to take a look at that next time. At any rate, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Oxygen Not Included. I'll see you again next time. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.